just so many changes. These products have made such an impact in my life. I think about it every day that there is no way I'm going to go a day without these products. They are a staple in my life, in my family's life, and the people that I care about. I want to share because I want the people that I care about to have these products in their hands. One thing that I kind of wasn't expecting, though, that totally took me by surprise, was the business opportunity here and how life-changing that has been able to be for my family. Just, a career that I never saw coming. I've been a stay-at-home mom now for 4 years. I did work outside the home before my children were born, but didn't know that this is what the blessing that would come from these products being brought into my life. And I know Melissa would say the same thing and has had just a great experience with her business opportunity as well. So we're going to talk about that a little bit first. We're going to get into some testimonies, and then we're going to share some product knowledge as well.
Sorry, I'm also trying to make sure everybody has chairs, and so I'm just making sure everybody's comfortable. But first of all, on behalf of Community Church of Hendersonville, we're very glad to host you here. So this is our church, so we're very proud and glad to have you here. I'll sit over here, some of you are in the back. But we did want to share a little bit about, as Kara said, the surprise. For me, I was never, ever looking for a business opportunity. I happen to be a full-time working mom, and I own another business, and that's why I was kind of hiding, because my business is happening right now in this gym. If you walk by and heard Jazzercise, and I love that business, but thought that there was absolutely nothing else that I would be interested in getting involved in. Tried the products, fell in love with them, and signed up in order to get the wholesale discount. And then, because on our team we have such amazing leaders, realized what an opportunity was in front of us. I had not been involved with a company like this before, but quickly realized that this was something that was worth, even the small amount of time that I had to devote to it, it was very much worth it. And so in the first couple of months, I was able to make what I would consider to be a significant income for our family, something that was not maybe a little mad money, but was making a difference in our monthly budget. And not every company offers a compensation plan that does that. Most company, and a lot of companies, it maybe takes several months, even if you're at a top performing level, to make it, like I like to say, an income that makes a difference for your family. But we do have a unique compensation plan. I don't want to bore you with details, but I think you need to know that this is a company that is incredible about rewarding people that are working for it. And in my full-time job, I don't know about you, but I don't get raises when I decide that I want to raise. It doesn't work that way. But in this company, in this business model, it is that way. So this unique compensation plan does make it easy, as I said. In a short amount of time, they pay us in 11 different ways. Don't ask me to cite the 11 different ways, because I won't do that by memory. But I will tell you, if you think about, just by sharing the products with others, and then when they start to see results, then you're earning a paycheck from that. Earning monthly bonuses by signing up preferred customers, earning weekly bonuses for signing up new team members, an incredibly generous profit sharing plan. I don't have profit sharing at my full-time job, not even close. So a very generous profit sharing plan that actually rewards us for the entire company being successful. And it also is incredibly low cost of entry into a business. My other business that I've started, and many of you probably have small businesses, would never have dreamed of starting a business for literally $34.95. Would never dream of being able to create a website for $34.95. You can't even really buy a wholesale membership at Sam's or Costco. I don't know, can you, for $34.95? No, you can't. But you get all of that for that $34.95. You get a 1-year wholesale membership to purchase products for yourself. You get your free replicated website, which is immediate. That's there for you to purchase your own and for others to go to, which also, by the way, means that you're not holding inventory, buying products up front, delivering anything to anybody. So that is a huge plus of the compensation plan. And they've also made it very easy, as I described. I work full-time, and I have other commitments, family, kids, husband, kind of like having 3 kids. Sorry, I shouldn't say that in front of the guys, but it's just kind of true. But you understand. But in the middle of all that, Plexus makes it extremely easy. Life can happen sometimes, and I knew that I was not signing a commitment in blood or selling off my firstborn child or anything like that when I joined as an ambassador. They make it very flexible and easy for you to fit into your lifestyle. And when life happens, if you need to take a small break, it's easy to do, and then you can jump right back in at the place where you were before. So, my testimony is still growing, and that's part of what I love. I have loved this business more than I would have ever dreamed, and so just appreciate having everybody here, being able to share that a little bit, and we're going to get a little bit more. I've just barely scratched the surface about the compensation plan. These ladies have actually experienced a lot more of it than I have, so they'll get to share more of that in a few minutes, but that's it.
Thank you, Melissa. Yeah, I think what Melissa is saying is that, I come from my family, we have a small business, and so something that's important to us is looking at what your initial investment is and what the return on that investment can be. And that really wasn't a motive for me when I decided to join as an ambassador. I wanted to join so I could get my products at wholesale. I had been a customer of Jennifer's, loved the Slim, wanted that triplex, and it just made sense to be able to purchase my own products at a wholesale value. I wasn't interested in carrying inventory. I wasn't interested in making deliveries all around town. And I quickly found that I didn't have to do that. I started naturally sharing these products with the people that I care about because I'm a sharer, They started to notice, Kara, you're looking better. You're not ordering a Coke every time you sit down at a restaurant for dinner. What's the change? And so I was able to just share with them how much I love these products, just like I would if I was saying that, I love this new mascara, or my husband, I saw this great movie, go see that. So it was a very easy process for me a natural process to just start sharing, and I could send people to my website and they were able to place orders. And so before I knew it, I had a full-fledged business that was growing because I had customers who were ordering from me. They were loving the products. I had people who were interested in also creating home-based businesses and sharing as well, and so they were joining as ambassadors. The perks kind of just keep coming after you do that. You start to earn commissions on those sales. You earn profit sharing points as your team grows and bonuses, and it does get better. Jennifer and I are both Emerald ambassadors, and there's a profit sharing pool that we get a monthly bonus every month because of that. We both earned our free Lexus with the company. We're going to get to lay on the beach together in Maui this fall, courtesy of the company, and all expense paid trip. And so they definitely reward us well for loving these products and sharing them. I think that's something that I had never thought about doing an MLM before because I didn't really understand how that all worked out. But Plexus does multi-level marketing the right way. They really have it set up so that you can work your business around whatever your schedule is. I can work my business around my preschool schedule and things that are going like that. Melissa can work her business around a full-time 40-hour-a-week job. It's really easy to incorporate it in, and then it just becomes a passion when you start to see the lives being changed by these products. And who doesn't love getting a paycheck for sharing your passion?
Absolutely, and I feel like sometimes people have started Plexus and it becomes an accidental business, meaning you fall in love with the products, you do what she said, can't help yourself. If somebody says you look great, you say, well, I've been using Plexus, and they say, what is that? And there's an open door. So when I started to get customers, I was ecstatic just to get a $75 check, my first check. That was like $1 million to me. I'm a homeschool mom of 4, and so we just really didn't have 2 pennies to rub together, but it took me 5 months actually to be able to start with Plexus because my mother-in-law finally gave us money for our anniversary. Talked to my husband, he was totally on board, and I said, I'm gonna do it. I really want to do this. Friends that I had done mission trips with were with Plexus already, and I saw what they were doing, and I knew what they were making, but I didn't think that could happen to me. And what I found with Plexus is it's for regular people. Who doesn't know somebody that struggles health-wise? We all know somebody that has migraines. We all know somebody that is struggling just with energy. I really want to speak to homeschool moms, but mainly just stay-at-home moms. We all need that extra energy. So it became kind of a mission for me to tell people, and the financial return just kind of took one step at a time, looking at that compensation plan and thinking, what would get me to that next level? And I used to think it was impossible, but it's not impossible. I mean, if you hear of someone making 6 figures a month, you think, no. If you asked a poll of people, do you think you can make 6 figures a month? I guarantee you less than 3% would say yes. But millions of people do it, and with Plexus, lots of people do it. So it's definitely a life changer.
I think so, and so I want to start with saying that and sharing that with you, just show what the potential is here, give you some different opportunities on how to get your products. Of course, get with the ambassador that brought you here tonight, but there's a lot of different ways. You can be a customer, you can be a preferred customer and have your products shipped to you monthly so you don't have to think about it, you don't have to remember it, or you can be an ambassador and kind of see what some of the options are, love your products, and maybe earn a paycheck too. But I would love to hear some testimonies from people, who are here tonight. We can share some of ours to kind of get started. But I'd love to hear from some of you some of the great benefits that you are seeing from these products. Jen, you want to start and I'll go?
Sure. When I started, I really just wanted the energy. That was what appealed to me. When I saw my first Plexus Facebook post, that was first of millions that I've seen now. I was just drawn in because she said she stopped drinking diet drinks, and that was something I was truly addicted to, 4 or 5 a day. And I was taking a nap every night. So at about 2 o'clock, I was on the couch. They were watching Clifford the Big Red Dog, and I had my eyes closed to sleep. And so when I started the products, that was my goal. And I really did not believe that I could lose weight with them. And I had never dieted before, and I'd never exercised before, and I never cared about calories. But when I started Plexus, something was awakened in me. I felt good. I had the energy. And then I started making better choices. I started to crave things like an avocado or to eat an apple. And I thought it was really weird. My husband thought I was faking it because I was trying to prove that the products worked. And I'm like, no, seriously, like I want to eat an apple right now. So my life just changed. And then in turn, it helped me to feed my family better. And I lost 45 pounds at first 4.5 months that I was using the products. And of course, people noticed that. And so that's been the best part, I guess, was the weight loss and the diet drinks, but also just feeling less anxiety, having more energy, and then just becoming the breadwinner for our family, for sure.
And Jen was posting on Facebook, and I was lucky enough to see some of her posts. And what spoke to me, what stood out to me, was that she had that energy and that she wasn't drinking those sodas anymore. And I had gotten to a point where, after my kids had been born, and just life had happened, and I had gained 20 pounds in 6 months. And that was something that never happened to me before, where I'd struggle with my weight, and it seemed like every time I turned around, a pair of pants that where I pulled out my drawer didn't fit anymore. And it was really depressing. And I don't think it matters what that number on the scale was for me. It's how you feel about yourself, and how you know that you feel good about yourself, and that you feel that you want to be the wife and mom that you want to be. And I went to my doctor, and it was the first time ever that I was in the overweight category on a BMI. And that scared me because, I do have a strong family history of type 2 diabetes. I do have, other health issues in my family, and I knew the road that I was going down if I didn't put the brakes on. And like many people, I've tried a lot of different diets. You watch something on Dr. Oz, okay, I gotta go clean out the pantry and throw everything away. And after a couple of, days, weeks of that, you lose your focus and you fall off the wagon, and it's worse than it was before. So I had gotten to that point that I was just drinking soda all day long to keep the energy up because I was addicted to them, all of that. And so I started with Plexus Slim just to kick the Coke habit. And my first day drinking a Slim, I didn't want a soda. And that was huge for me because I'd never experienced that before. And I still, it's been 14, 15 months, and I still haven't had one since then. But it started that process, and I started to learn a lot more about my health, learn about gut health, because I'm that person that didn't lose weight right away. I don't have that, I lost 10 pounds my first month. No, I went 3-4 months before I started to see the scale change. And I was a little bit frustrated. I feel great, I'm sleeping better, I don't have the headaches that I was having, I don't want my soda, but you want to see the scale change as well. And I was able to learn a lot about gut health and how that all plays a part, and really start to get my body back in balance. And that's been the biggest gift that these products have brought to me, is just feeling in balance, going back to the doctor and going, okay, my BMI is back in the healthy category again. I see that I did put the brakes on and things are changing. And this has been a very easy system to do that with. I haven't had to clean out the pantry of everything and feel restricted and feel like, I can't live my life. I've just been able to listen to my body, give it what it needs, and use these products every day. And they've just really been life-changing for me. Anybody else have any great? I know we've got a lot of great weight loss stories and other stories.
Where's that piece of paper?
No.
All right. Still have more people. Well, I will call on people.
I was going to say, Keith, weren't you on a phone call? Didn't you make a phone call for millions of people to listen to about this?
Yeah, I was. Plexus has just been tremendous. And being a guy, I didn't want anybody to know I was doing Plexus at first. Dana actually started the products, and we were watching Shayna on Facebook, and at first we kind of scoffed a little bit, like, what in the world is she talking about, this Plexus stuff, And but when we saw the results she was having, and having worked with Shayna for years and known Shayna I trusted her, and I believed that what she was putting out there was true. So Dana started the products first, and I was sneaking them the first day or so, and then decided I was going to go on in. And I've been overweight pretty much all my life, adult life anyway, and since I've been married. So, but it's one of those struggles, especially as a guy, you go through. You think, well, I'm just a big boy or whatever, and really inside you don't like it. You know you got to do better. You're not feeling good. You're sluggish. We were going to bed at 8 o'clock at night. She's working full time. I'm working full time, and we just didn't have any energy left. And being overweight just complicated that. And my blood pressure was through the roof, to the point where a little over a year ago I was in the emergency room getting clonidine pumped into my veins because I was at stroke level. And so I've been on blood pressure medicine. Well, fast forward now, and a couple weeks into doing Plexus, and my blood pressure was back in a normal range, even lower than with using the blood pressure medicine twice a day. So now I'm down to once a day on the blood pressure medicine, and it's still lower than it was when I was doing it twice a day. So I'm going back to the doctor here in about a week for my quarterly, and I'm very excited to hear the news on that and hopefully come off that blood pressure medicine. But I have lost 51 pounds as of last week, and I'm feeling great. I'm sleeping better than I've ever slept in my life. I mean, I go to bed, when I lay down, my eyes close, and I wake up to the alarm, and I'm ready to go for the next day. Drinking the Slim every morning and doing the bio-cleanse and the probiotic at night. And now we've added in the X Factor, and I love the X Factor because I can throw all them supplements away, which we've done. We were taking a fistful of supplements every day, and now it's just 2 X Factor every morning. And the guys at work are like, where are you getting all this energy? How are you losing all this weight? And I've signed up 4 of them already. Well, I'm going to talk to him about it. We're going to see about the doctor. But yeah, Plexus is just, I don't understand why people just sit and watch. I mean, I did it too. But when you've got something that you're so passionate about and you want to share it, that's where I'm at with it. And I love God, and it reminds me of the moment that I realized how real God was in my life. I couldn't shut up about it, and I was telling everybody about God, and I still do that. But this just reminds me of that this is so good, that this life here on this earth could be so much better if we get our health right. And now I've got my kids taking Plexus, and they're excited about it, and getting healthy, and a lot of extended family members. So, yay Plexus.
Can I volunteer Jerry? He's got something a little bit different.
I was having a lot of trouble with, I don't have any cartilage in this right ankle, and it was really giving me problems, and I started the Plexus, and I really didn't think it was going to do anything for that, and it really has made a difference in that, as well as my energy. People that I work around said that they just want to know where I'm getting all this energy, when before I was just, kind of hobbling along on that bad ankle, and now I'm, kind of ahead of some of them, and they're wondering what's going on, and it's really been good, and I guess we started it when December 6th, and I've lost about 32 pounds. So,
and that is not with dieting. Those of you that might
No.
be afraid, see where we just came from.
I did not eat with them though.
I would
have my
be
water.
safe to say, I would be very safe to say, if I'd have been exercising just a little bit, not a lot, and watching what I was eating, I would be somewhere in the 50 to 55 pound range.
We started this during Christmas, which I think helped us from gaining weight, because I like to cook and I like to eat, and my family does too. So she can cook, my daughter-in-law can cook, and that's all we did. And we didn't gain. which was the wrong thing to do, but since we'd already bought it and started in December. But what he's not telling about his ankle, he hurt his ankle when we were 17 years old dating. He stepped off of a horse onto a big old rock that he thought was sturdy, and he turned as white can be. And it just playing ball, jumping off of trailers, and it's bone on bone. And the pain that I saw him in was terrible. And now it's gone, so he has no excuses for not doing stuff around the house. But, you know, he would hurt so bad. I have literally seen him crawl almost in our door 2 years ago when it was hurting him so bad. And that's the truth. And so since I'm crying, Jeffrey will say, you always cry.
But it's really done.
What products?
Triplex. That all happened before we started on Fast Relief last week. And I mean, I had fibromyalgia across my shoulders and neck. Not bad like a lot of people I know, but enough to irritate you. That's gone. I have restless leg syndrome, which y'all may think is made up in people's heads, but it's not. And I was taking 4 gabapentins, 300 milligrams every night. And I weaned myself off until I'm down to 1. And Dr. Kellogg, if you know Michael Kellogg, he said that was fine, and he would trust me to either go back up or come back down. But when I had my blood work done last week, I'm off of my cholesterol medicine.
That you've been on for 20 years.
Well, I've been on it forever, and I had all kinds of side effects, and I refused to go back on it. Last year, they said I was going to have a stroke if I didn't start taking something. I broke out with hives. I told them I couldn't take it. The next day, they gave me the least amount of anything just to keep me from having a stroke, and I'm off of that. And he goes, like you, he goes next Friday, a week from tomorrow, and I can't wait to see what he comes off of. So, things happen. I mean, you don't think it will because you've tried everything. And talking about remedies for that ankle, bone on bone, no cartilage, and they'll give you shots, you know, for your elbows, wrists, and knees, but not your ankles. And it really works. If you know somebody that's in that predicament, it truly, truly works.
What about you?
Larry.
Oh, the guy.
Well, for years, I worked for the Army Reserve. I was a military technician. And you had what we call the Fat Man program. You get put on it as a military technician, I could lose my job. I wish that this had been out that I knew about back then, because usually 30 days before, when we knew what the weigh-in was, that's when I started my real severe diet. So I would make weigh-in, and wife and kids would literally, I'd be downstairs and it'd be upstairs, because they didn't want to get near me. But our daughter got us onto this, and I can't complain. I've lost 32 pounds since I've been on it, and had the right knee scoped 3 times and rebuilt, so I'm not having the knee pain that I was having. And so far, I can't complain.
Can I say one thing? I hate to speak. His last resort last year, Dr. Landsberg told him the only thing that he could do for him, he was just zilch, was to drill up his heel and run a rod up and separate the bone with some kind of little insertion cushion. That was his last resort, and then his foot would always flop. And he chose not to do that. That's how bad it was. And now he walks and runs just like anybody, so.
Not running yet.
Well, fast walk.
Oh, yeah. It's a lot easier to go up and down steps. I mean, where I was going up like this, now I can just go up the normal way and come down also.
Where's that paper? Get it close?
You may want to quick calculate it up. I'm not the math girl.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we haven't got it.
Okay, let's see. I started Plexus, well, I was watching Michelle, my sponsor, and I have had severe migraines since I was 14. And I'll just tell you my history real fast. And I'm not as sad as I sound, because it's really not that bad. But I've had 2 open heart surgeries, and I had brain surgery in 2011. And then I had rheumatoid arthritis, or I have rheumatoid arthritis. And I was watching her, and of course she was hearing my health, you know, issues and stuff, and she kept telling me, and she was migraine free, and it was nothing for me to get 2 to 3 to 4 migraines with being sick and light sensitivity, the whole 9 yards a week. And I had been approved in the fall for Botox, the new treatments they're doing and stuff, and because of my heart and those issues, my husband and I just decided that was not the route we needed to go. So I was going ahead and suffering through them, and my RA was coming out of remission, and my hands were starting to swell in the knots, and I was having a lot of problems, and I was putting off going to my rheumatologist because I knew he put me back on the Humira shots and the prednisone, and it's an oral chemo that you take, methotrexate, and I knew I had to go back on all that, so I put off, and anyway, so I started, I'm going on my 2nd month without a migraine, and I have not gone back on my RA meds. My hands are, the one hand, the knots are all gone, the other one, that was my bad one, I mean, I can do this, and I couldn't in the fall. But the biggest thing, I was talking to my mom, actually yesterday, and we were talking about this, because I've been sharing with her and everything, but because of my heart issues, I was born with congenital heart defects, so I've always had a very low immunity. If it came around, I caught it. And she brought it up, she says, do you realize this is the first winter, and I can't remember when, that you haven't gotten a pneumonia or been sick? And my husband, my grandchildren, my daughters, everybody had all this funk that's going around. And knock on wood, I have not gotten sick this winter. And my mom brought that up. She was like, that's, you know, the first time. And my energy level, you know, being sick, because I do have a lot of heart meds and different stuff that I have to take for my heart. And I have another defect that I know I'm going to have another surgery. And so my heart's enlarged, and it leaks, and it wears you out. And I had a blood clot in my lung in end of September, and been in the hospital for a while. So I was really, really run down and not feeling like myself. And I feel like I feel 100 times better. Like my energy, the naps, I mean, it was just required. I mean, my cardiologist has told me, you know, you're just, whether you like it or not, you're not a healthy person. So you're gonna have to rest. You can't do everything that everybody else does. But now I feel like I can. So.
And what products are you taking?
I'm doing the Triplex, and last week I started the Accelerator.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do that for a while.
And I didn't hear her say weight loss at all.
Oh,
Which just goes to show. You know what I
well,
mean?
actually, I was
That's a
at my
good thing.
doctor today, and I really didn't start it for that. I did
think it's a great
this
thing.
middle section, but I mainly started it for my health reasons. But I had this, today I was at the doctor, and in the last 4 weeks, I had lost 6 pounds, and I haven't measured in, like, this week, so I don't know. I know that at one point I had lost 4.5 inches.
But you've used it even without the weight loss for the testimony you just shared.
I used it mainly for my migraines after watching Michelle and stuff, and for my rheumatoid to see if, you know, I could stay off those meds, but it's helped my immunity and, you know, not getting sick and just feeling 100 times better.
Do you want to share about these products that are doing these stories?
Do you want to hear about products? Well, I think kind of what the